everybody, it's Cara here and I am, as ever, so mad. I hope you're keeping well and have got some sewing done this week. I am going to record a very quick video because as a prolific sewer, I get very excited when my favourite pattern companies release patterns, and today was one of those days. So the Friday Pattern Company released a brand new pattern today, and it's called the Collins top and dress. That's one of the pictures there. You neatly can't find the front page. There we go. There we are. So this is the Collins dress and top, and I absolutely love it. It's perfect for me. It's got a lovely neckline. It's yeah, a really lovely silhouette, and I was very excited about this. So this actually comes in sizes XS to 7X, which is a chest of 32 inches to 60 inches, a waist of 24 inches to 53 inches, and hips of 34 to 62, just reading that off there. And I just couldn't wait to make it. So as I filmed today, it's release day today. I downloaded it today, I printed it today. You see where I'm going with this. And actually there's an offer code. If you're watching this later in the future, that won't be applicable, but it's 20% off. So I jumped on it and went for it. So I've actually got it all cut out. Now I've decided to go for the the CD cup. There's an A, B and a CD cup option. Now actually there isn't a huge amount of difference between my upper chest and my full chest, but I've just decided, because I'm making this in an incredibly drapey jersey, which you'll see in a minute, or I'll talk through at some stage, I've just thought, do you know what, I'm just going to give myself that little bit extra, and if it turns out to be too roomy, then I can taper that in, but I can't add it in afterwards. You know what I'm saying. So I was lucky enough to be working with Lady McElroy recently, and they asked me to make a dress for one of their employees, and I'll explain more about that later. But the fabric that I'm using is a Vivienne Westwood dead stock fabric. I put their stock photo in here because I just literally don't have any of this left to show you, and I was provided some. I had some left over, and I asked Raymond, the owner of Lady McElroy, if I could use that to make this dress, and that all happened today, and the dress that I made for them has literally just been sent off this week, so that's all very exciting, and you'll hear more about that in the future. Now this viscose, it's a viscose jersey, is very drapey. That has the advantage of making it very lightweight, and obviously it's still quite warm, so I didn't want a heavyweight jersey, but I'm thinking this dress probably should be made in a more something with a little bit more structure. So I'm going to keep you posted on that. I mean, it says here, so the Collins is designed for knit fabrics. You'll need fabric with at least 25% crossways stretch. The jersey I'm working has a lot of stretch. It looks great in jerseys, rib knits, ponte, scuba and more. And it says a fabric with a bit more body will hold the shape of the hem nicely. Now I have gone for a very drapey jersey indeed. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I thought I'd give it a go. I have got other options here, but I just really like the fabric that I've got, and I like the pattern too. So it's all cut out, ready to go. So I thought I would, just take you with me a little bit. The pattern itself isn't that many pages. I always do a PDF. I think it was about 28, maybe 30 pages. And I love putting them together. It takes me no time at all. The only thing you need to watch out for so far, and it does say it very clearly, if I can reach, no I can't reach I don't think, and I've stuck it together already, because you've got a top and a dress version, and the top pattern piece is a standalone piece on itself, but then you sellotape or attach that to the skirt piece before you cut your fabric out. You can absolutely see me of some tired nights not realising that. So now the dress is all one piece, so if I ever want to make the top in the future, I just need to unsellotape the top from the skirt. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to crack on and make it and see how we go. I am so excited about getting sewing with this, but before I do that, and I'm itching to literally get sewing, let me tell you a few more details. I believe that I've got the lady's name from Friday Pattern Company, gone out my head completely, begins with the C. I think she's done a YouTube video today about the dress, but I haven't even had a chance to watch that. I've just gone straight in. But this is what I was saying earlier on about the pattern pieces. So you can see here, this is the top, and this happens to be the front, and then you can see there I've sellotaped that to the bottom half of the skirt. And it's easy to show you probably on the back piece here, because you've got a couple of options. You've got the same, sorry, that's the front lovely sort of scoop neck, and then on the back you've actually got the option of pretty much the same, or that is slightly higher than the front, or you could go for a really nice low deep curve there as well. I've opted to go for pretty much the same, as you can see here, just a tiny variation, but actually the variation is to accommodate your shoulders really more than anything. But this is the most simple pattern. You've got one of the front piece cut on the fold, a back piece cut on the fold. In the instructions they actually have you lay it on the flat. I've cut mine on the fold, as in I folded the jersey that way. And then you've also got what they call a shelf bra, which comes to about here. Inside, so again you cut one on the front, one on the fold for the front, and one on the fold for the back. Sorry, seagull's really noisy. And what that does is enable you to all-in-one facing effectively, and that creates a really nice finish on this neckline, which, spoiler alert, is amazing. And having recently made lots of the Helen's Closet Ashton top, this is essentially the same principle as the Ashton top, because you put the shoulders together on the face, on the shelf bra, and then otherwise known as maybe a facing, and then the shoulders together on the dress. You put the facing, or the shelf bra if you like, right sides together, sew round the neckline, and then you burrito the arms, which makes this brilliant, because basically that is all the neckline and all of the armholes done. You then flip up the facing and sew down each side, and there's your dress. I have already sewn this. I've literally just finished it and then jumped back on to do this. So I'm going to put it on now and show you what show you the finished article. It's my first fit of it, so I haven't had a chance to really assess the fit. I should have said I made a size large, and the size large fit I'm exactly, in fact I'm probably on the outside edge of the large, and when I looked at the hip measurements, I'm sort of somewhere between the upper end of the large and the lower end of the XL. So I was like, ooh, but my fabric has got a lot of stretch, so I stuck to the large and just cut that out with no adjustments. So it is a lovely sew. The only other thing is that on the shelf bra they have you put some elastic around the bottom of it. Now for some people that might actually function as a shelf bra. For me, no. And also this fabric, way too drapey for that, but it would cinch that facing in, I think, a little bit. I have opted not to put elastic on mine, mostly because, having tried on the dress just for a few moments, the shelf bra comes to about here, so I would need to extend that to much lower in order to actually be able to put an elastic on it. So I'm glad I haven't put the elastic on it. Although having said, maybe if there was elastic on it, it pulled that bit down, and that might help the fabric stay in. You might see what I mean in a moment, and it's largely because I've sewn the dress in a really drapey jersey, so it's quite common, you know, that you can see, sometimes you can see the inside of the facing inside, if you like. Now the fabric I've made this with is quite special. It's a very unique design fabric. It's not necessarily my colour palette, I'll give you that, but I wanted to make something out of it. I do really like it. So let's stop the waffle, Cara, and go and show you what the dress looks like. I'm going to go and take some pictures, so I'll be back in a second. So here we are. I'm in the dress. I have loved every second of this. Literally, my overlocker is still warm from the usage and creation of this dress. I cannot remember the last time that I saw a pattern, bought it, printed, made it, all in within a couple of hours, and I love it. I do absolutely adore this fabric. It's true that other colours and things probably work for my skin tone a little bit better, but this is such a unique fabric. It's very lightweight, very drapey. If you're new to sewing with knits, this isn't the fabric for you, but due to the simplicity of this construction, I knew it would be okay. There's some things that I haven't done in this pattern, so it does recommend that you put clear elastic in your shoulders. It obviously does recommend with the elastic around the shelf bra. I haven't done that. I may well go and do that, but I don't need to exactly. I was referring to earlier when I first put it on, it takes me a little moment to shift these around, but I'm going to wear the dress a lot, and I'm going to see how I feel about that. But actually right now it's sitting absolutely fine. I think if I did put some elastic in, that might pull that thing down, but also I don't know, I don't really need to have elastic around my top half if I don't need it, if that makes sense. But that's just my honest view. I also haven't hemmed this jersey because it's very fine, and I'm quite happy with a raw edge at the bottom. It doesn't bother me, but I know that others would prefer to hem it. So overall, absolutely love this pattern. I think you're all going to absolutely adore it. I can definitely see loads more of these in my wardrobe, so congratulations to the Friday Pattern Company. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. I'm just a very, very happy customer. Let me include some footage here of me in my garden, the very bemused dog wandering around. I don't think she's in the pictures exactly, but you can see here the design of this fabric is quite spectacular. I'll put the name of it across the screen here, and I will link it in the comments below. I was provided this fabric by Lady McElroy, but that's for a different project, and I literally had the smallest, well, quite big obviously, but enough to make this dress and no more. So thank you very much to Lady McElroy for that. So very short one from me today, and I hope you have some sewing time this weekend, whatever you're up to. So stay safe and well, everybody.